Pence, who represents a small part of the southern part of Allen County, has introduced legislation to defund Planned Parenthood. So we'll be hearing from Derek about that as well. Derek, please let us know what you know, and I'll have some action steps for us to take when Derek finishes. We're going to have all the questions for all the legislators at the end of the presentation, so you have no paper in your folder. If something occurs to you, please jot it down, and we'll try to get to all the questions later.
Thanks, Kathy, and thanks to all of you for coming out. Real simple. The pamphlet here does a really good job of kind of digesting what's in the Freedom of Choice Act. The partial text, I'll call your attention to this page right here in the middle of this box. This is the text of the bill. This isn't a summary, and this isn't a description that was put together by advocates for our side of the issue. This is the text of the legislation. Our legislative assistant, I was digging around for a good way to summarize it, and Kathy actually did a good job, except I would emphasize that not that it could undermine all the work that you have done advocating for life in the state legislatures across the country and in our local governments. It would undermine, no question. It would take everything that you guys have been working for and throw it out the door. It would basically create a federally guaranteed fundamental right to an abortion through all 9 months of pregnancy, including the right to abort a fully developed child in the final weeks for undefined health reasons. That is about as devastating as I can think of. As scary as all of that sounds, it gets worse. Focus kind of the beginning, and it's the big thread. It's what President Obama said that during the campaign was going to be his top priority if he were elected. There's legislation that's been introduced by Majority Leader Reid in the Senate called the Prevention First Act. On top of all this, this would just completely get the federal government into the abortion business. It would make Title X a permanent program, funding it at $700 million a year or more. Mandates health insurance programs that cover prescriptions must cover abortifacient contraceptives. It creates a government program to push that abortifacient emergency contraception, takes all federal money away from any hospital that refuses to administer emergency contraception to rape victims, creates an additional massive government funding for Planned Parenthood-style sex education programs, and permanently includes family planning services as part of the Medicaid program. Now, it's got 19 sponsors in the Senate already, so I don't want to scare you, but there's more coming down the road. If they get freedom of choice through, that's going to